Hi, and welcome to Neo Does Makeup. I'm Neo, and this whole thing is part of my anime makeup series. This is Garnet from Steven Universe, and this is also a Valentine's Day tutorial for me. This is something that I would definitely wear for Valentine's Day. I feel like it's very romantic, especially since Garnet, the character, is like the embodiment of a perfect relationship. She is the combination of ruby and sapphire, so that's why you have like the purples, some red, even though it's kind of hidden now, browns and blues, and this beautiful red. So yeah, I actually had a lot of fun creating this look, even though this was my second attempt. My first attempt, I tried to do a wing liner and I could not do it at all. But I am much more impressed with how this turned out today, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so let's get started. And I'll first be doing my eyebrows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in dark brown. Okay, so for eye primer today, we're actually going to be going in with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This is a really good eye primer as well. Um, I haven't had as much experience with it as my Urban Decay primer potion, but I know this one is also really good. So we're gonna put that on both eyes, and then we're gonna set it. So. Okay, so now that we are primed, I'm going to be going into the Manny MUA palette, and I'm going to be taking the color Beaches and Cream, and just, I think it's Beaches and Cream. Yeah, Beaches and Cream, and we're going to be putting that all over the lids as a base. And we're going to be going in with the Real Techniques um, Deluxe Crease Brush. Okay, so now we're going to be going in back to the Manny MUA palette. This look is going to be based all around this palette. And we're actually going to be taking Beaches and Cream and Sora. We're going in on the Sephora 10 Pro Crease Brush, and this is my favorite brush. Like, oh, this is one of my favorite brushes. And we're going to be buffing that into the crease and slightly above. So now we're going to be going into Sora and Frappe, and we're going to be buffing that into the crease a little bit lower. Okay, after going into the Veramona color switch, we're going to take this brush with no extra product on it and just buff the colors together. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to dip into Mars with the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Brush with the shade side that's like the very pencil side, and we're just going to put that about halfway through. Going back in with that Sephora 10 brush, we're just going to blend it out. Okay, so now we're going back in with the Manny Amy Way palette, and we're going to be taking the shade Aphrodite on the thinner end again, and we're just going to do like an outer V shape on both eyes so that we have a little more definition. Again, with no product on it, we're going to take the Sephora 10 brush and blend it out even more. Okay, so since Garnet is a combination of ruby and sapphire, we have these like purple tones and the red. But one of the things that's unique about Garnet is that she has changed from being a brown character to more of a purple character. And so I want to dip back into the Man Amy Way palette. Okay, so then we're going to take my favorite shade, Insomnia, on the Kat Von D concealer brush, and we're going to pack it in to the inner third. Okay, so going back in with the Sephora 10, and we're just going to blend this all together. Okay, so I'm going to quickly curl my lashes, throw on some mascara, and then we're going to go in with the number, this is the House of Lashes and Sephora Collection Seductress. So I'll be back. Okay, so got that done, and I actually used the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara today, and yeah, this was a great choice. Okay, so today for primer, I'm actually going to take the Too Faced Hangover Prescription, I guess Hangover X, I don't know how you say it. This is the replenishing face primer, and this is so funny. I cannot stand the smell of coconut, and this has coconut water in it, but because it has like mint or cucumber or something else in it, I can actually handle it. And this, I got no sleep last night, so I'm just like hoping for a miracle right now. Okay, so now that that's a little tacky, I'm going to be taking the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Primer, Beyond Perfecting Foundation, I should say, and we're going to apply that. We're going to dot that all over the face, although I will do the bottom half of my face first, then the top half, and then my neck area. Okay, and to blend that in, I'm going to be taking the Kat Von D Foundation Edge Brush, and yeah, just going to town with that. Okay, so now that we have that on, we're going to be going in with the Kat Von D Concealer Creme in L7. We're just going to apply that to... Okay, so my camera ran out of space, but I did take care of this section. I'm about to take care of this section up here and around here because I do have a beard, so I do just need a little bit more concealer there. Okay, so I'm quickly going to set those highlighted areas real quick, taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and the Kat Von D Precision Powder Brush, and I'm going to take that yellow shade and just quickly set all those areas. Okay, now for the rest of the face, I'll be taking the Kat Von D Powder Buffing Brush and Coty Airspun, and I'm just going to be using that to set the rest of the face. Okay, so now that we're all set, I'm going to go into the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to take the Shade and Light brush, the shade end, and we're going to take this end shade and we're going to contour a little bit. Okay, to make that more defined, we're going to go into this light pinkish color. I've been saying peach, it's more of a pink, and we're going to use the light end. And we're going to take that same color, the same shade color, and we're actually going to go under the chin and into the hairline.
going back in with a pinkish color just to bring up some areas. And back in with a yellow just to add a little more pop.
Okay, so for today, for blush, we're going to be going in with two. We're going to be going in with BECCA Songbird from the Blush with Light palette. And we're going to be going in with NARS Golu just to add a little more warmth. Okay, so now for a highlighter, we're going to be going into the Kat Von D Alchemist palette. And since Garnet is more of a purplish toned character with some blues, I'm actually going to be going in with Amethyst, Sapphire, and Opal, because I want to add a little bit more of the warmer colors that you would also get with the reds. So, okay, so quickly going back in with the Shade and Light palette, I'm going to grab the Kat Von D concealer brush, and we're going to dip back into that same color and contour the nose. Okay, after dipping into the Veramona color switch, we're going to take that same brush and just blend it in. Okay, so now going into this peach shade, we're just going to lighten things up. I'm going to grab that Alchemist palette one more time and use that same blend right on the nose. Okay, so going back into the eyes, I'm going to take my Maybelline Lasting Drama Gel Liner, and I'm going to use that in the waterline. Okay, so now we're going to take the Manny MUA palette again. We're going to take, sorry, just a little itch. We're going to take those same exact shades and dry them underneath the eye. Now I'm going to take the Sephora 10 brush again and just blend it out a little bit more. And now for a little more highlight on the inner corner, we're going to be going in with Artemis. It's this beautiful like whitish color, and it's just going to be a big pop for us. We're going to use that same shade as a underbrow highlight. Okay, so now we're going to apply that same Marc Jacobs mascara on the bottom lashes. Okay, so now for lips today, I'm going to take the Sephora Contour Gel. It's actually an eyeliner, but I've tried this before on the inner, like in the waterline, and it did not work, but it's a beautiful color, and I want to use it, and it is actually waterproof, and I want to use it on the lips for the next shade I'm about to use. So here is Sly Like a Fox. So I was so unimpressed with this product that I actually ended up returning it and exchanging it for a extra pair of Seductress, which is my favorite pair of lashes. So now I'll be going in with the Milani Amore Metallic. This is the lip cream, and this is in the shade My Soul Matte. Okay, so now I'm going to take the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Setting Mist, and we're going to set the face. I'm running so low on my chart that I didn't want to use it today, so. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry and I'll be right back and I'll probably have my hair down. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed watching this, and I'm actually really happy with how this turned out today. As you'll see in the bloopers, this is actually my second attempt, but I'm actually really impressed with how this came out overall. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye.
Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Here comes the thought that might alarm you. What someone said and how it harmed you. Something you did that failed to be charming. Things that you said are suddenly